Hello and welcome to another video brought to you by Empire for Growth, where we promote mental, physical, and spiritual healing. I know this video is long overdue and it probably would have been useful during quarantine, but I'm here and I got some good content for you guys about self-care. Self-care to me means pouring into yourself in all three areas. So that mental, physical, and spiritual, big three. People are not used to taking time for themselves. I personally was somebody that was just used to the go, go, go routine. I wanted to just keep going. I thought that that's what, you know, life was about, was the hustle and the drive. But what I learned is that, you know, you can't be at full 100% unless you take that time for yourself. You can start running on empty, and once you run on empty, it's honestly so important to stop and say, have I taken a moment for myself? Because ultimately everything you're doing boils down to you, and nothing but you matters. You come first. Just anything that helps me stay grounded and centered. Yoga mat, incense, candles, sage, masks, scrubs, a meditation pillow, my books, anything that makes me feel cleansed out. Because we receive so many different energies, and I just feel like it's so important to do things that cleanse you out in all areas. I think it's founded in self-acceptance. I think that it's so important to accept yourself. I know me, I struggled with wanting to be accepted by others before myself, and then I feel like, okay, well, if they accept me, then I'm good. But you know, I think it starts with loving yourself and accepting yourself first, and then that radiates out to others, and that in turn brings energy and good energy from others and people that don't dismiss the love that you have for yourself. I always try to ask myself if I'm doing things that make me feel happy or healthy, but not physically healthy as in like healthy, emotionally healthy. Like, am I doing things that are going to sustain me emotionally and keep that, like I said, positive energy going? This is honestly something that has changed my life. It's taking extreme time to love on myself. When you protect your energy, people start to respect that. You create that boundary of, okay, you cannot come into my space unless you respect this boundary, which is me respecting me. I had just gone through a lot emotionally and a lot physically, and I couldn't seem to get like on top of what was going on. I was just like at a place where I said something has to give, and I have to give it. I have to give it back to me. I had to kind of battle with myself and figure out what it was that, you know, I needed to do to fuel the big three. Honestly, I think that people feel that it's selfish. It's not selfish, it's actually selfless. We don't realize how much we give to others. When you look at that in the percentage versus how much you give to yourself, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna balance out. Because people go into survival mode and we get defensive and protective of our feelings. It's hard to admit your flaws. It's hard to admit that you need work and that you need to grow. I felt that way. I felt like, no, this works for me. I'm fine. Don't talk to me about how you feel about what I'm doing. Ultimately, I definitely needed to take more time for myself. You have to ultimately admit to yourself. That just goes back to accepting yourself. There's always room for growth. So remember that progress is progress. Of course, it's okay to start somewhere. You don't have to ask permission to love yourself. Self-care is, you know, building your self-esteem, building your self-confidence, building your self-worth, your self-value, learning your self-worth, learning your value, learning how to love yourself. It's never too late to start that process. Never. I hope this video was helpful. I just wanted to share it with you guys and open up a little bit. Please feel free to reach out to discuss any tips. Feel free to share any tips about ways that you practice self-care or your personal journey with self-care. Until next time.